Greetings, thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm Robert. The name of my channel is Fit After 60. As I've said before, I'm weeks away from turning 60 and I was in terrible shape 60 days ago and I decided to be fit after 60. So I've got more than a couple of months to get there. I've already made great progress and I want to share with you some of the things I've learned, not just recently, but I have been a lifelong athlete and amateur fitness person. I want to be clear, that I am an amateur, but some thoughts I have about this are, there's always things to learn. And even when I look at very excellent professionals online who talk about the things they know, they talk about the science, I find that some of that doesn't work for me. And I'd like to share with you some things that work for me. And today I want to talk about interval training. Now, this is no new thing. I remember in the 80s, interval training came out and the science was there. I think what happened with interval training was it wasn't popular because it feels like you're not getting anything done. But I know that when I was younger, I was talking to my wife earlier and I said, I could do everything wrong and I would get mistakes, but I can't do that anymore. At this point, what I'm realizing at almost 60 years old, I've got to do almost everything right in order to see really good results without waiting for maybe a year or something like that. So I want to tell you a little bit about my interval training. I have this treadmill and I'll just tell you a little bit about my treadmill. This is a spare bedroom and I have a whole lot of stuff fitting in here. There wasn't much space and I had to be very, very thoughtful, and I found this Sunny treadmill. I found it to be very high quality. It's not an upscale treadmill, okay? It doesn't have a real long path here, and my 6'2" stride, it takes every bit of this, but it's enough, okay? And it's a very nice quality and it works very well. But let me show you how it fits in with my interval training. I wasn't able to fit this into the video, but I've got several accessories, you might say, to my workout. This was recommended and sold to me by a physical therapist who was helping me with a torn rotator cuff years ago, and I've found this to be absolutely critical to my fitness, and I want to show you some of the things that it does. But I use it because I did recover from a torn rotator cuff, which is not easy to do, and among other things, this was one of them. Now, when there's several different strengths, okay, and I have some of the lighter ones, but this is kind of a medium to strong one, and when you press like that, it takes quite a bit of strength. Now, this works the hands, the wrists, the biceps, the triceps, the shoulders, and most of all, it strengthens the rotator cuff, okay? Now, I have this. We've all seen these that work our grip. Works the grip, right? I have both a bench press here with 200 pounds of free weights and Olympic bar and everything like that. But I also have these for push-ups, okay? And I have lots of different dumbbells, okay? And for interval training, what I'll do is I may be working on biceps and triceps. And this, I actually use a little more weight for that, but these are 15s. So I may be like working real hard with some curls, okay? And then switch to a tricep pushback. And here's the point I wanted to make. I know that when I was younger in the gym, if I was working on some upper body stuff, there would come a point in my workout that I would feel completely depleted, and I felt like I couldn't go any more. And then later on that very same day, after I had rested, had some lunch, got something to drink, I realized I left a lot on the table. Okay, I hadn't completely spent myself to the level I should. So now here's the interval part. Now when I feel like my biceps and triceps have been pushed to the max and I feel like I have not anything left and there's a sense that I should quit, what's really going on is my muscles are filled with lactic acid, okay, and my blood is tired and I haven't caught my breath. So this is what I do. As I come over here, while these biceps and triceps are recovering, and I start my treadmill, which takes just a second, okay? I get up to a pretty good pace, and this is maybe a disadvantage of a lower cost treadmill is it takes maybe about 30 seconds for it to get going. Okay, now I get it up to a pretty good pace like this, walking. A little more than this, but for demonstration, this is good enough. And I'll walk on it for any more, somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Okay, this keeps my heart rate up. It keeps my body temperature up. And I'm still ready to go, but my biceps and triceps are recovering. Okay? Now let's just say I've been on this for 4 minutes. I hit the stop. I come back. And at this point, I'm completely ready to resume my biceps and triceps. Now, I don't always have to use the treadmill, okay? If I'm doing curls and tricep pushbacks, I'm just using that as an example for this video. I also have this. Now, you can't see it in the video, but I have a stepper, and I usually put it right there, and I can do calf raises. You know, we can do calf raises every single day. That's the one part of the body that for some reason you can hit it every day. So my main thing is I'll have a particular body group that I'm hitting really hard on a particular day. It's not just biceps and triceps. That particular day it might be biceps, triceps, and abdominals. Okay, that would be a pretty complete day. But in between each really heavy set or groups of sets, when I feel like I don't have anything left, I've got all these different things. Sometimes my recovery, say I've been doing squats, okay? And I just did some very heavy squats and my legs feel completely burned. And I may just pick this up and go like this. Now, at this point, a workout for me is usually around 90 minutes, but it's 90 minutes all the way through. There's no resting. I wanted to talk about that. When I was going to the commercial gym, I would see people that look pretty fit, but they would be on some rack or a bench press. And when they finished doing a set of bench presses, they would pull out their smartphone and they would be kind of slumped over in a bad posture position. And they would spend 2 or 3 minutes looking at a smartphone. And then they would go back and they would do one more set of bench presses, okay? And their entire workout would be filled with these extended rest periods. Now, what I did notice about those people is they do get good muscles, okay? You can build muscles that way. But I have a big question about their endurance, okay? And a lot of those people are having a hard time keeping their weight down. So anyway, thank you for listening to my video on interval training.